Very good. All right. I'll pull up my work session here. All right. So we are starting the work session August 21st at noon. Commissioners Conference Room. But just want to make one announcement. The meeting will be recorded. I'm not seeing any public in attendance. Is there any public comment?
Yeah, we do have Josh Cotton and Eddie Close from the
Okay,
press.
good. Very good. All right. And then next on the agenda, of course, is unfinished business, which we have nothing under that bullet point. So we'll move to new business. And there are a number of things to discuss today. First is the additional cost for the Conservation District cleaning for bonded. There's a proposal there. Pam, would you share with us kind of the background and recommendation on this one?
The Conservation District has a big meeting room in the back of the building that is now finished, and they are using it. And so to clean that twice a week when they go up, when bonded cleans, it would be an additional $404 a month.
Okay. There were two proposals, one for once a month and one for twice a month, correct?
Correct.
All right, and we think that twice a month is what needs to be done then?
That is twice a week. They clean up there on Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
And I think if we only do it once a week, it's going to get missed a lot. So if we do it same cycle and add the 404.
Okay. All right. All right, very good. Next is the Tyler Technologies. Now, I did touch base with Lisa earlier today, and we're going to table this for now because I wanted her to be able to help describe what type of process improvement this creates, and she had some things that she needed to get done as far as paperwork goes. So we'll have that on the agenda for the next work session. So next up is the Landex software. The Register Recorder Office. See, Lisa, you're here. Give a little background and.
Sure. After the last year and a half in office and having the opportunity to visit several different counties and discuss with my colleagues, and we've had a lot of meetings, virtual meetings with different software companies that provide this government type software that we need. It's my recommendation that we go with Landex over the other one that was a contender, was GovOS. Very similar in cost, but Landex services over half of the state of Pennsylvania, Register, Recorder, and Clerk of Orphans Court offices currently. And we not only have 2 thumbs up and recommendations from other Register, Recorder, clerks around the state, but we also have thumbs up from local abstractors that are using the system in other counties. So to have their approval is a good thing too, because they've been using the software for decades. So it's my recommendation, and also I'd like to note that Bill Gallagher, of course, has been very involved in this and has sat in and asked a lot of questions during the conferences. So with that, we have, it'll be, the monthly expense is very close to what we're paying now. It's around $1,400 a month. We're currently paying $1,200 for subpar software. So there are some first-time expenses, of course, which it's going to be in the ballpark of $70,000 to get that going. I, of course, have a lot of money in my improvement fund that I'm, of course, willing to use so that it won't be a burden on the taxpayers. So just need your thoughts and suggestions, and we'll be ready to go with that.
Okay, and then then are there any improvements over the system that we have today for the end user that you could share? I believe we talked about that, if I remember correctly.
Yes, one of the biggest things will be the ability for them to do e-recording, which is where they don't even have to come into the office. They can prepare the documents and send them in for recording from where they're at. So a great reduction in foot traffic, as well as, for example, if they mail it in right now and maybe they don't include enough money for the pages or the parcels, we have to reject the documents back to them, wait for them, so it slows up a lot of transactions. But with e-recording, they can do that right from their office, and they can plug in their expenses, pay, and then we'll review it when it comes to the county, and we'll have less rejections in that way. That's one plus. Another is that Landex is aware that we're in the process of scanning all the way back to the late 1800s. It's approximately 1 terabyte of data that they're ready to set us up to have that available to the public as well. So we're currently at 1985. This would move us all the way back to the late 1800s available online.
Great. Perfect. Sounds like good news. And then the next item on the agenda is Civic Plus. And they were supposed to service our website. Pam, could you give us a little more information about this? I think you're the point person on this.
Yes, Civic Plus had contacted me regarding 2 different options to make sure that our website is ADA compliant. Currently, it is not 100% compliant. There is the hands-on approach, which I would have to take care of things and make sure things were done. And that is a $5,522 charge. The other one is a hands-off approach in which Civic Plus will make sure and keep our site compliant. And that is $4,500 a year. And I would recommend we go with the hands-off approach. And they know what they're doing, and they can make sure that our site is compliant.
All right, very good. And then the last item under new business is the Westlaw renewal for 3 years. Do we have anybody from the courts to talk about this?
So Jess wasn't able to make it, but
Okay.
asked me to speak to it since I helped negotiate it last time.
Okay.
So we did a blanket evaluation of the handful of companies that can provide the books and law access, including the law library and access for inmates and such. Came up with Westlaw being the best for multiple reasons. That was a few years ago, I guess, already. And so we did a kind of a truncated evaluation this time, and still came up with Westlaw. There is an increase, however, it's not outside of like a cost of living increase. So it's the courts and fiscal office recommendation that we renew Westlaw for 3 years.
Okay. Very good. And I see that proposal in our commissioner's packet. I did review that earlier. Are there any changes to those who have access, or is it pretty much the same access as what we currently have, as far as you can get information from that?
I believe almost nothing changed to the price.
Okay. I figured. All right. The next item is policies and procedures. Nothing under that. And the next is projects. Excuse me. And then next on the agenda is, of course, reviewing the upcoming meeting. Say, Ben, can you take over for a second? I'm gonna have a little coffee.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, so the agenda on Wednesday has several proclamations. There's one that I'd like to add to it. That would be for individuals that competed in actually it's national and international cow judging, like dairy cow judging. And one of the individuals is from Columbus Township and like won internationally. And so I'd like to get a little citation in there for her, and you'll be getting the information by email hopefully this afternoon. Unfinished business, we did get a bid in for energy. Tricia, you of course are the expert in all things energy pricing, so I'm not sure if I did end up sending an email to that effect, but I did review it based on my general knowledge and having negotiated it last time, and it did look good to me, but for the electric, anyway, good, I don't even begin to know what you know about natural gas pricing, so. But we do have something that we could vote on Wednesday if everyone feels comfortable with it.
So the items that we discussed today, Commissioner Durbin, Tyler is the only one that will leave off.
Yes. Is there anything that we can, yes, I believe that's the case, Pam.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of the last item, the department. Is anybody, any department committee updates? Excuse me, I'm very dry throat. Don't see anybody. In department heads there? Let me get allergies. All right. And then any general discussion from the commissioners or anybody else in the room? All right, and then is there a need for executive session?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I don't, not at this moment, but I think that we'll have to have one personnel related sometime in the future.
Yes.
And I'll send a email outlining that so then we can get it set up, just associated with planning and zoning.
Okay. Yes, I think we-
The
If
eventual
we can
promotion of one of its members to
schedule one
elected
sometime on
office.
Wednesday, I believe we'll be in the office then.
Yep, that sounds fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
obviously Dan Glatz is, from my perspective, eventually going to be a commissioner, so we have that conversation about that department, and I think we should get that, we should have that discussion sooner rather than later.
Yes. And I also have another item for executive session, so if we could set one up, that would be great.
Will do.
Anything else for the good of the order? All right. That being said, I think our work session's over for the day.
All right.
Thanks, guys. for
And
listening.
I'll touch base with you about the agenda for Wednesday as well.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
I want to say it's not going to be that long, but the last few of these every day.
You too, you guys. Take care.
I won't be surprised if
Hey, I'm gonna send an email to everybody, because we need to basically, what's the term I want to use? Should or get off the